Okay, welcome everybody to the Monday, February 10th, 2025 Select Board and Finance Committee joint meeting. I'll call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of February 2nd. February 3rd, edit? Adam is not here, but I did look over the minutes. They look good as always, so I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Second item on the agenda is the warrants. Nothing really came out aside from the school. It looked like there was a HVAC surf pump repair in the amount of $17K, which is emergency repair, which is pretty. So.
I think that was from the fall, right?
Oh, was it?
Wasn't it?
Well, the bill's in there today.
Yeah.
And then there's another bill from Maple Row with the continuation of the first responder building, which is looking great so far. Otherwise, it's status quo. So I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable warrant, the amount of $157,128.83.
Second?
The payroll warrant in the amount of $142,874.85. Payroll deduction warrant in the amount of $35,294.80.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Okay, next on the agenda, meetings attended by select board members. Erica, aside from.
Aside from the joint meeting with sustainability, that was
Yeah.
that was my only one last week.
I did not have any last week.
Okay, I was also on the sustainability committee meeting with Erica, again about streetlights.
Oh, wait, I did. It was remote, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was remote because of the storm.
Yep.
Yes, so, it's like, I didn't go anywhere. Oh, no, we did it remotely. I had school committee on Thursday.
And that was it. No unfinished business. I'll reserve public comments for later. Jack is still not quite back yet. So well, we can't go to finance yet. We don't have a quorum.
Well, you're not gonna have a quorum.
Oh, so we can still go
Anyway.
through it though, right?
Well,
They're not-
Alan should be here, right?
Yes, because I
you
had told
You
him,
called us
I
6:20.
said 6:20 was a
Yeah.
good chance, because we had,
Why don't I do this? I'm gonna go into new business.
yeah,
I'll go into the policy votes here. On the very bottom, you'll see the vote to appoint George Forcier as the planning board representative to the Community Preservation Committee for a term ending June 30th of 2027.
Wait, mine says. I guess I don't
Yeah.
have that one.
So what happened is that George let us know that Cheryl is gonna be unable to,
Okay.
so he will take her place. And
Okay.
then he can attend the CPC meeting.
I move to appoint George Forcier as the planning board representative to the CPC for a term ending 6/30/2027.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. I will sign it for Lori.
Oh, I keep forgetting to bring my census one. The town street list. It's on my desk. Completely filled out. I just keep forgetting to bring it.
Filled out, is it signed?
And it's signed.
Should I assume the kids will be home this summer for the local elections?
It's here.
Yes.
I thought so.
All right, so now that we have Jack here, we'll go up to the top of new business on the discussion and vote on Jack and Daniel Lockheed's donation of conservation restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I keep on saying Lockheed, I said Lockheed. Sorry.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us again. I'm Elaine Peter from the Franklin Land Trust, and you all know Jack. So we met with you all like last month. Was it last month?
We just traded buildings to
about-
confuse
We
you.
traded buildings, and I went to this one the first time, last time. Anyway, it's good. Get some fresh air. So we had gone over their plan to conserve it. They have a Draft is all ready to go. The state's given final approvals. So now we're just out collecting that final vote and signatures on the document, which I have here. And so I do have maps in case anybody had any last minute questions or.
I think we had them all last.
We did.
last meeting.
This
we
is
did.
awesome.
Yeah.
I can leave this, they have to be notarized. I can leave this and pick it up tomorrow so as not to.
I'm a notary. I
Oh.
can go get next door and get my stamp.
I mean, I have my notary stuff, it would just be like a few minutes of collecting. But if they're known to you and you can do them, we can
Oh, you
wait.
can? I don't,
Yeah.
doesn't matter to me.
Whatever
They're
works for you.
definitely
Yeah.
known to
Yeah.
her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then that's great. So it's really just an official vote and
Signatures.
signatures.
Awesome.
Now would the vote just be on signing?
In support of the conservation restriction and the signing of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion in support of and to sign the paperwork associated with, Jack and Daniel Lockhead's donation of the conservation land.
Conservation restriction.
Restrictions, I'm sorry.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think I'm recusing myself.
Abstain.
Yes.
And an abstention here. Okay, great.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Do you want to do?
Whatever's best for you is fine for
I
me.
mean, if you both have your driver's licenses, then I can just sit here and do that. That would be lovely.
Mine's in my car. Thank you.
You sure? Okay. I don't like holding everybody up, I know. these meetings. Thank you.
That's the grant application.
Oh,
draft.
yeah.
We're gonna vote on that. If you see
This
anything you
year,
wanna
for
change.
a strange year, they snowmobiles actually got to use the snowmobile trail.
I know, it's so exciting.
Here's 2 grants that are gonna be applying today.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I think they got out once last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like they might actually have a whole week.
they might.
Cross country looks okay. I haven't tried it. but-
You haven't tried it yet? There were some ski tracks out there.
Yeah, they're not mine.
Okay.
Is the 10th, right? Okay, 10th.
Should be the
Should be the 10th.
10th or 11th. Oh, I lose track.
It's okay, we got it.
God, it takes so long. You recorded everything to me. I watched it myself, and it's been like 5 minutes.
Oh, is the internet here?
Yeah.
It's being-
Alright, so we'll just wait for Alan.
Yeah, for the,
You want to do the TA update?
nope.
No, not yet.
Next week, right? Is
Um,
that what you said?
So we'll go on to the
Tonight.
3rd item on new business, discussion and vote on grant authorization form. Oh, sure.
Talking about that.
And Elaine's name's still on here, do we just put,
You can just cross that,
okay.
like just put a line through it.
No, why I just figured if, you know, some contracts are like, it has to be all black or all blue.
Ink plus match.
And it's always the one you don't have.
Yeah.
I have purple. Would anyone like purple?
Alan? And this is the only page?
That's the only page.
Okay.
Chris, you can sign your name
Sure.
there.
It's okay if one's Chris and one's Christopher?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay.
It's really just kind of my record of things.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me, yeah, let's just do that real quick. Discussion and vote on the grant authorization form, which is in front of you.
Yep.
This is a form, any grant that's being applied for the town of Conway, must first go through the select board. This is the form for it to go to the select board, so it's just us
Already
signing
signed
the
it.
bond.
Okay.
Yep, so I'll make a motion to approve this version of, the grant authorization form.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the two grants, here, one's gonna be on new business. It's gonna be, a vote to approve applying for Protect, to shore up Shelburne Falls Road. So I'll make a motion to approve that grant.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next is actually gonna be on items and not anticipated 48 hours in advance. This is the MPU grant, which you'll see here. It's a hazard mitigation plan update. Hazard mitigation plan update. It's FEMA. So I'll make a motion to approve the hazard mitigation plan update as well.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous on both. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
And now, we can move on to, down to joint meeting with finance, to discuss the transfer station and Board of Health lines of our spreadsheet.
Oh, yep, okay.
So why don't we start with, oh, yes. Yes, I apologize. That is for,
I'm sorry, what's this one? The full hearings?
I'm just, my name is Barbara Melville,
uh-huh,
and I'm just checking to make sure that you got my email about the Guilford Fund.
oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, yes. Yeah, did you not get my reply?
No,
Oh, okay.
So this can.
did you, is it an email?
Yes.
Okay, under what name?
Well, you're under Bobby, right? Bobby Melville?
Yeah, I mean,
Under Veronique.
Veronique,
Yeah.
no, I didn't get it.
Oh, okay, because when you came in, I said, and I apologize, I've been sick for a week or two,
Oh.
but,
Yes, I did get that one. Yes, with the,
right, so all I need to do is get you the updated front sheet for the application.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'll
And
put that,
Based on the letter, the email that I sent, I just don't know whether I should proceed with the application or whether it's just way out of line with, what the Guilford Fund does or can do.
I mean, I would say just submit it, right? I mean, what's the harm?
Okay,
So,
I should be able to get that updated into you tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest.
okay.
Sorry. And then, yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, the only thing I have to update is the income guidelines and just make sure they're the current ones. Other than that, you have the whole rest of the application, so you could be
Right.
filling that out while I see what those are.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. That was all I needed.
okay. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
So why don't we start with Board of Health since we have Kat here.
Do you want to take that side? I'll take this side. We can tag team. Sure. Okay.
Divide and
You're here
conquer.
for what? You are the Board of Health, okay.
Veronique, I'll sit far away so you don't.
It's been 2 weeks, I'm not contagious anymore, but I'll cough like this.
I'm kidding.
I don't have my copy of the.
That's all right.
Okay.
Your copy isn't. It's right there.
Perhaps.
There it is, right in front of us.
Like magic.
I have mine so I can make notes in case.
Yep.
All right, Board of Health.
You can ask questions to hopefully clear up the confused look on your face.
All I'm seeing
I'm
is
trying to
level
see.
funded so
Ah,
far.
I don't have my glasses.
I mean, is it all level funded? I don't see
It's
it.
actually, I believe it went down, not a lot, like $400.
Yeah.
It went down.
Down here, yeah, down
Yeah.
in this part.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no questions then.
Yeah, it was the operations went down. I dropped the other supplies because FERCog is doing a lot of our kitchen inspections now, so those things I don't have to buy, but there are still other things that don't fall under standard office supplies that we need to purchase for educational materials and whatnot. So I did drop that down about 50%.
That's awesome.
Great.
But everything else is pretty much the same.
That's kind of good.
I mean, these are easy finance. You have anything?
It's all so small and minuscule, it's.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
it's-
is.
Are there any things that could blindside us here, like subscriptions to this or that, that might go up, maybe you can think of?
The only thing that could possibly increase would be the tuition and meetings, one of the ones that, it all depends on how many board members go. The 500 is what we've been at and we've been okay, the board's just a little bigger right now. But I think under the 5,400, there's enough where if I go a little over on that line item, right, exactly.
We can approve a line-to-line transfer.
Yes.
I mean, the only thing I see weird is just the dip in the middle there. I can't see what year that is on column O.
Column O.
Oh, yeah, 24.
The dip in regards
And
to.
clerical.
In FY '24, because of the assessors, I went from 15 hours a week down to 7 hours a week for the Board of Health
Oh,
for that year, that
Okay.
fiscal year. And then it got bounced back up, and depending on next week, it may dip down a little bit again.
okay.
Awesome.
That was very good.
I'll make a motion.
Our best budget yet.
No, motion on this, right?
No,
Not
We
yet.
just not yet.
no,
All right.
just reviewing it.
Awesome. Thank
That'll
you.
be sometime in April, and hopefully it'll be longer.
That's right. I don't know, we've had snow in April.
Is there anything as the chair you need to add?
No, I don't believe so. I think it kind of stands for itself. Just hoping that it meets everybody's approval, and that'd be great.
We love
Thank you.
level.
Yes,
Thank you.
or below.
Or down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
even
even
better.
overachiever. You're always
Yeah.
been an overachiever.
Oh, stop!
While you're here, I'm just curious, has there been any more discussion about uses of the opioid funds?
We tabled that in favor of getting some other work done, but it is on our agenda for our next meeting, and we have some active plans that both Hannah and I have been working on that, and she has some things that she wants to bring to the board. So we are actively working on opioid stuff.
Can I add something that won't be hopefully that expensive, probably about 150, under 200?
I'll make a note.
The chief just came to me today and said what he'd like to get, we have the AEDs now, what he'd like to get is a box to wall mount them in a box on the wall, in both town hall and town
That
offices.
seems like that would be a more than reasonable request
So,
to
yeah.
do that.
So I think he'll be coming to you, but
All right. We discussed that last year, actually, getting you guys.
I can just automatically add that to the next agenda for a vote.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll just throw it on.
you might want to check with him to see, or if you
I will.
guys want to find a box. He found one on Amazon today for like under 90 that was, it's all AEDs, so,
He's probably more qualified to find the proper box than we are anyway, because
yeah.
he got the AEDs, he knows what.
Right.
Great.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now to the tough one,
We're done.
transfer station.
As much as I'd like to stay and watch this one.
Oh, and there's the Eversource poll hearings. I don't know if you wanted to look at them and sign them today too, while you're here.
Did you,
Just-
no, I don't
there's-
sign them till after you've had the hearing. I certify the hearing.
Yeah, but there was something in here that says,
This is-
oh, it
I
says
was
clerk
looking
of
through them
selectmen.
and they're still
Yeah, and
Which we don't
that,
have.
and that,
That's just to say,
crazy.
yeah, the
Like,
foregoing
there's-
was adopted at a meeting, so it's kind of, all of this gets done
It's like weatherman.
after.
right,
they-
right, right, after they set the
Yes,
date
yes,
tonight,
yeah.
and then I give them a list to you.
Yes.
Okay, great, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a lovely evening.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
All right, so let me see how much bigger, you know what, let me go up and hide a couple columns, so then I can make it bigger.
Next week we meet on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Catching on to
Get a paid day off and next Monday.
that. I don't, it's a flex holiday for us, so,
Not even from here.
no.
So, I'll get to the salaries, or maybe Chris will later, but I have to tell you that with, this is not gonna be the final, because we have not gotten the information from Jan yet. It's not her fault, they're dealing with prevailing wage, it's shifting. So, but I can go through what we've got here. The inspections, we end up having to have, let's see, I think it's every other year. You can see how much was expended that year. So I'm gonna make sure I have at least 3,000 in this year. That might be a little low, but I can probably swing it. Because every other year we have we've got well testing going on, we've got the transfer station itself, we've got the landfill inspections, you know, but they're not every single year. So I'm trying to get in the swing for that. All of these were just, oh, actually I only did that at a 4% increase.
But the inspections are regularly scheduled, right? Every other year, it's not like a surprise thing.
It's not a surprise, no, although the prices sometimes are,
Oh.
because, you know, they change.
Depending on if there's findings, any remediation that might be needed. is that-
Excuse me, so far, no, yeah.
We don't allow any more oil to this part of the transfer station.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of these, you know, I separated these all out when we first took this budget out of the Board of Health, because I wanted to be able to track both hauling and tipping fees. So, you know, we can see how much it costs us to haul trash, to haul the bulky waste. And by the way, great news, since the Select Board adopted the new bulky prices, the bulky waste dumpster was empty as of January 2nd, I think, and it still has not been pulled. And it's normally pulled once or twice a month. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
I know, it's, so we should be seeing some savings there.
Where's the trash going?
People are putting it in bags.
On the roadside?
Actually, yeah, a lot of people are putting things that could have gone into bags,
Yeah.
in bags with stickers on them now. So, because
So now
it's
they'll need
cheaper.
more stickers, which we reduced.
I know, right, yeah.
Oh, well.
Well,
Yeah.
there's less freeloading going on.
Yeah.
So, do you expect our FY '25 expenditures to be, I mean, because FY '24 for bulky, we only paid, I mean, we paid a lot less than we budgeted. So,
Right, but don't forget that this was, I would unhide them, but the first year or two, I had to kind of play with, I wasn't really sure
Oh, 'cause
what it was gonna
right.
be.
yeah,
And things had been put together in budgets, which is why I then separated them out, so I think that's part of what was going on there.
I guess where I'm going with this is if we leave, I mean, that still seems like a lot, 16.8.
Right, but look how much we spent already this year, halfway through the year.
Right. But in 2024, we spent, I mean, I'm assuming that those are our actual expenditures, right? Or you're
No.
saying that.
No, that
you
one
spread it.
is, I didn't take out this. I'm pretty sure, you know what, I thought, you know,
A lot of your 2024 expenditures have not been,
I didn't update those?
I don't know.
Oh, I couldn't have, because look
I
at
would-
I know
that.
it's past sheets.
That's
Yeah.
gotta be a half year, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, oh
Okay,
my
that's
lord,
fine.
I just went through those and I thought I'd finished them up. Okay, well, based on what it is this year, I would say we're pretty close, you
Yeah.
know. The trash tipping looks a lot better to me.
Is that like cow tipping?
And the one that's always a real wild card for us is the Springfield Murph fee. Because you just don't know how much it's gonna, the markets change. And I know right now this number is accurate here because I know the expended in 2025 is accurate as of, I just didn't realize I hadn't caught up with 2024. So obviously there's a whole lot of money sitting there that we're not using. So that's why I brought it down, but I only brought it down $3,000 because one year I took it out altogether and then we ended up having to pay. So it makes me nervous. And I don't like having like what feels like a slush fund, but when you don't know what the markets are gonna do, it just.
Everything's gonna go up.
Yeah. So compost, they did up their price a little bit. That is something though that if we need to, when we get our funds for, because you all changed, and we get the RDP funds that come in, I can use RDP to pay for the actual compost. So, if we, let's say next time, I think we got $3,250 this time for RDP funds. Next year, we should be getting a fair chunk more because of the changes that you've made. And so that could just all get thrown at compost. And if that's the case, then I may come to the board next year's budget, assuming we're getting that and say, let's just take out the compost line and I'll just pay for it with RDP, which would be really great. Excuse me, so. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is still fluid. And I was even told 5%.
Because of salaries.
Because of the prevailing wage and the cost for hauling, and that's not all settled yet,
Yeah.
so we don't have final numbers.
Okay.
It could be more than a 5% increase. All right, so that's expenses, and obviously we'll be doing the transfer station again. Do you want to get to?
Yeah, I'm trying to find, I know that the FERCog sheet that shows municipal ranks based on wages is not always accurate, as we found out. But if you did look at that sheet and our TAs were at the dead bottom, dead last.
Not dead last.
Yeah,
Not
according
one
to
that
the
I just got.
FERCog sheet,
That's what that's what I was looking at. It wasn't dead last.
pretty sure.
They were close. They were close. Let's see if I can find it online.
I mean, that'd be best if we could just look at it real quick.
Seems, for all they have to do.
I know.
Seems.
Oh, I know.
Well, we're also asking them to do a lot more since we changed everything.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I did want to bring it up that we need to look at upping those hourly wages.
And here's where you say, does that come with the job description update?
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Are the
Kick
hours?
that to
Anytime you change
Personnel
the
committee.
duties and
The hours,
roles
yeah.
and are
Yeah.
requesting more money.
I'm gonna have to consult with the personnel
Yeah.
committee.
Are the hours the same? You're not working more hours now? because of the
No.
rule.
Well, no, the hours are only dependent on how many TAs we have at a time, because we do have some that
I
are,
mean, it's not, they don't have to do anything more now because of the
No.
more stringent.
they're busier up there, but more hours now.
All right.
Policing.
So they
Yeah.
do have more hours.
It's just more, they're more active than they were. The hours stay the same.
Oh, this is.
Oh, the hours stay the same.
Mhm.
Well, it's more responsibility.
Yeah. Oh, that's why, I was looking for attachment.
Yeah, it was
It's in that link.
because I just looked at it today after you said that. All right, so. All right, so
Yep, thank you.
That'll make you dizzy.
When did they last do the salary survey?
they just updated it.
This is,
Yeah, like
We had a place that was doing ours every 3 years. Now they're doing it annually because things are changing
All
so
right,
fast.
where- trying to see where
but if
Make
it's,
it bigger.
I mean,
Yeah.
not 100% accurate according to Don Bates.
Oh, there we go. So there was 1684.
Oh, so we aren't last.
No, we're not dead last, but we might be
We're
second
second
last.
to last.
Second last.
Right.
Which is funny because, well, it's not funny, but we were absolutely appalling. When I first got here, it was like 1483, or something like that. It was really bad.
All right, I got it.
1453.
Thank you.
But a lot are in the 17 to 19 range. I mean, we're never gonna do like Greenfield, right? So,
No.
and Deerfield is 20. Let me see here, Heath 1855. Oh, Montague, 1474.
Oh my God.
Row 15 to 20. So,
I mean, I'm looking at comparable Ashfield. I mean, Buckland's busier because they have Shelburne also.
Anything nowadays has got to be.
It's still, I still just don't feel comfortable with our position on here.
Right.
no, I agree.
Yeah. I personally think we should be at least middle ground, which would bring us to about 1850, which would be a $1.50 increase for the TAs. And then, obviously the manager would have to increase as well.
Funny you say that because that's what I put in. I put in 18.5. This request
Yeah.
for 36 makes it 18.5 for the transfer station attendants and 20.50 2050
for the manager.
So here's, yeah, so there's my, what I was figuring out. Oh, wait a minute.
What did we just bump our CDL?
What happened there?
32.
Oh, I hid these, that's why. All right, let's unhide these and then you can see. I was gonna say, where's the calculations? So this is how much it would be for the 3 regular transfer station attendants at 18.5. But I mentioned up top that because they have sick time, and if somebody's sick on an open day, you still have to have somebody covering, so I
Right.
have to have buffer for that extra.
Right.
So I, instead of, like last year, it was 31,824, but I bumped it up to 34 just in case, and
Yep.
same, so I did the same thing this year. That's where the 36 and the 18 came from.
Okay.
So that's what is up here.
And we do have quite a considerable amount of savings, even though the increased cost of disposal of waste has gone
Right.
up considerably. We've also decreased our amount considerably to kind of offset
Right.
and save a little more. And a lot of that work is due to the TAs,
I totally agree.
so I feel we should repay.
I
Yeah.
agree, I think it's gonna be a tough budget for people that we told that we were gonna be saving money on the transfer station, and to have, a significant increase like that, I think we're definitely gonna have to make the case.
So the cost analysis, right? I mean,
Right.
how much would it cost us to do those increases based on average hours per year? And how much does that take out of the bucket of savings? Right? Does it offset it? Probably not. We probably have more savings. The majority of the money that is gonna be the increase is because the increased cost of the actual waste itself.
Yeah.
Which just keeps going up and up and up.
Whereas everything we have control of, we're reduced, like the bulky.
So we can just tell people it would have been so much,
More.
more if we had.
If we hadn't done the bulky.
Well, what I'm saying is there still might be the cost savings even with the increases in hourly wage.
Right, and some of it we just don't know, because it's up in the air, and we just
Right.
have to put those placeholders in there.
I mean, I'm just like, if you're paying McDonald's $20, you gotta pay
Yeah,
wage.
yeah.
that-
No, I don't have a problem with that at all. I just think that that other people are gonna look at this and say, you know, you told us that
Right.
you were gonna save money on the transfer station budget, and now, you know, it's increased, so.
Well, she may be able to give us a sense, but you know, we only have January to go by for
Yeah.
bulky, so again, it's a little,
You'd think January would be high, though.
Oh,
Like, I
because
would
of
think-
Christmas waste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
usually the Christmas stuff is the paper and
Cardboard.
cardboard.
Okay.
Although they did max out with the trash this year too, so, but,
Isn't bulk usually in the spring?
Yeah,
Like,
spring cleaning.
Spring
Yeah.
cleaning,
Remodeling.
and houses going on the market.
The month of May.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
So, anyway, I think there may still be some wiggle room. I may be able to bring this down even if she ups this, just because, you know, I mean, I'll talk to her more about the decrease by 3,000 here because, you know, if we only spent $5,000 that year and we're
Well-
less than $2,000 this year,
Is that accurate, though, or you said those were halfway through the
I
year?
have to double check because I thought that was accurate, but. I
How
guess
many
not.
hours do they work a year per TA?
Oh, I don't know, it's 24 hours pretty much every pay period, so.
26 pay periods every
Yeah.
other?
Has there been a lot of turnover at the transfer station, personnel turnover?
There has not, although we are looking for a new transfer station attendant now. And maybe another on-call, just so we have extra backup.
And is there a lot of training that's involved in that because of?
There is now, actually, because they all have to be OSHA trained. So, yeah, and as a matter of fact, we're gonna have to do
How much does that cost per hire?
I'm sorry?
How much does the OSHA training cost?
nothing.
Oh,
No,
all right.
the solid waste district does that for
Does
us.
that for us.
It only costs like, I mean, we pay them for their time,
We pay the fee, okay.
yeah.
It's less, it would be less than $3,000, I think.
Do we know what, is it OSHA 10 that they have to do?
It's not a particular OSHA, and as a matter of fact, Jana Mean was amazing because she knew that OSHA was gonna be applying to the transfer station, but nobody had really figured out what that was gonna look like. Well, she did. She hired a consultant, and they did it, and basically they created the model for the state.
So they piecemealed some of the certifications in OSHA, I would assume.
Yeah, in other words,
Yeah.
whatever applied. So it was a couple years ago now that they had trainings here, you know, and some of it might be on bloodborne pathogens, some,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Eye wash.
First aid.
So, yeah, well, they do need to take a first aid class. I'm working with Chief Bates on that right now, to get them first aid certified, but, okay.
I hate to tell you, they probably have to do CPR also.
No, she said they don't.
Really?
Yeah, she
That's
said they don't.
surprising.
Just,
Is there a
just
defibrillator
basic
up
first
there?
aid.
Or do we have Narcan or defibrillators up there?
Up there, no, because there's no temperature, there's no place to
Oh,
keep,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
temperature regulation. Yeah. But we did get we do have Narcan in all of our emergency vehicles and defibrillators and, you know,
Yep.
the ambulance and the police vehicles, so.
All right.
There's no repairs, maintenance, or equipment upgrades or anything at all? It's needed?
That tends to be done through the district. We did have a charge for that, and when that kind of stuff happens, this is where I take it out of, under the contracted services. So, yeah.
All right, so what's next?
That's it for the budgets.
Yeah.
It was just those two.
All right.
I mean, do we wanna add, while we're talking about it, for the, I know we already put a lot on their plate already, but the, oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Wage increase?
Yeah,
Yes.
Personnel, yeah.
Personnel
I think,
committee.
Yeah, no, I think they
Yes.
should be, yeah.
okay.
They're gonna hate us. We keep giving them more work.
It's not me.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, you're not on it anymore?
I'm not on it
Yes
anymore.
and no,
Okay.
if we're,
No.
I mean, I think if we're putting some of this on them, then
Well, what-
Would it make sense for them to, you know,
Yeah,
review
so
all of these
I've spoken
positions?
with Phyllis, and she's gonna schedule a meeting, and when she does that, I'm gonna bring all of these wage requests at
Okay.
once. So it's
Okay.
not like we're
Okay.
doing these
Okay.
Yeah.
piecemeal.
Got it.
I'm gonna bring
Excellent.
them a whole sheet and they can
Right.
review.
Oh, good.
With the
All right.
stipends also? Are we talking about that too, or just the wage
Yeah.
increases?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
stipends too, yeah,
Excellent.
but we have,
Oh, good, as long as it's not more
did you,
meetings. if they
I'm trying to
need-
remember, we did planning and Concom and you guys approved? Okay, that
Yeah.
one is, okay, great, so, yep, so that would go there too.
All right.
Okay,
I feel
And
So
we
just
resol-
to-
We resolved stipend versus 1099 versus W2, W4.
you know, we didn't vote on it.
You didn't vote on it, but you don't have to, because personnel will be bringing you a recommendation.
Okay, got it,
Yeah,
got it.
so it is a W-2, we did find that out, the stipends are W-2s. Because
Oh, I
they're-
thought you
it's
were-
So we have to
contracted.
take, so you have to take withholdings out and that?
Yep,
and that,
yep.
you know?
I thought he was referencing which jobs.
Yeah, so
Positions,
they
okay.
aren't 1099s because it's not a contract employee.
Alright.
Yeah, it's all W-2s, so. Yeah, so you get like, $900 a month and there's like maybe $3.86 or something that
Yeah.
comes out, whatever it is.
$900 a month. It's $900 every 6 months.
Every
Yeah.
6 months,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, every 6 months. And just to remind everybody, we had said previously that if a position got a substantial raise, well, let me put it this way. If a position got a raise, and it was more than what the COLA would have been, then they don't get the COLA on top of
Right.
that.
Okay.
And I don't know why you'd give a raise that wasn't more than what the COLA was gonna be anyway,
Right,
so,
I don't either.
you know, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But since you usually don't decide the COLA until the end of the process.
Yeah. All righty.
any other questions on transfer station?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The last item on new business is the discussion and vote on a date for Eversource poll hearings for both Cricket Hill and Roinbrook Roads. Suggestion is March 3rd at 5 p.m. prior to a select board meeting. I think 5 p.m. is probably rough.
You can do it on Monday.
Might as well.
Is this the public can weigh in on their work?
So they're aware.
Okay.
So, yeah, what happens is the select board first sets a date, then,
Good night.
thanks,
Yeah.
then the town clerk will send out, they send us all the abutter cards, the town clerk will send those out,
Okay.
and then she attests after you had the hearing that the hearing was held.
Okay.
So as soon as you set the date, then I'll let Eversource know when it's gonna be so they can have people here.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, and sorry, it has to be advertised in the paper for 2 weeks,
Okay.
which is why we're doing it 3 weeks out to give them time to get it to them for a 2-week.
Yep, gotcha.
I'll make a motion to set the date for Eversource poll hearings for Cricket Hill and Roinbrook Roads on March 3rd at 5 p.m. prior to our typical select board meeting at 6.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. TA updates are being tabled till next week, correct? All right. Mail, HRA annual report. I wish I could tell you more about this. This is the Housing and Redevelopment Authority. It basically tells us the balance on what was used or what was paid. I'm sorry, what was used through the year. Nothing was used. Our balance remains the same, $28,260.42. At the one of the last sentences here, it says, as of December 31st, 2024, the balance of outstanding housing rehabilitation mortgages in the town of Conway was $930,266.17. I don't know much about this program, so I'm gonna do some research and find out more, but that was in our mail.
Is that HUD?
HUD? I don't
No.
think
No,
so.
no.
No,
I think we have
not
the,
urban development, redevelopment.
Oh,
It's very confusing though.
yeah, the housing rehabilitation program. And they have a link on their website, and you can look it up and see which towns have these funds available, and you have to meet certain criteria, and you can fill it out there
okay.
and ask for it. I'm pretty sure in the last Currents, we did an article.
I think so.
Yeah, and there were two different programs, but I think we had it in the last one
Yeah,
that explained it a little bit.
yeah.
Okay, public comments, we already had a public comment that was resolved, so that's over. Select board comments or concerns?
Just putting it out there again, it's going to go into the currents, but the Festival of the Hills desperately needs volunteers, or there may not be a festival. I mean, they've literally got 3 people, that's it right now.
Jeez.
And I have the list of all of the kind of, I don't know, positions that they need filled, and there's probably like 9, so.
So this is for the committee itself, or for
For the committee,
for the committee?
to join the committee, yes.
To join the committee,
Yep.
okay.
So if anyone enjoyed the festival this year.
And you want one next year?
And you want to have another festival.
Yep. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
I'll just say go birds.
Motion to adjourn,
Well,
or,
nope.
Nope.
Mail, we went through announcements. Next meeting, February 18th on Tuesday is our next meeting, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
What's up with that?